Hello and welcome, travelers through the universe, to a series of my old-time favorite games. And yes, it will be a series where I will do this in English, and there will be some DOS games in the future and some older games, not as old as DOS games, but pretty close to that time, and some newer games like this one. And I welcome you to the island, the Spirit Island. And this is actually a digital version of an existing board game, and I'm a big fan of board games, especially cooperative board games and strategic ones. So close to perfection, like always. And yeah, I try to explain this a little bit. You can see you can play this with friends, but let's get a look. You start a new game, and you have the option to play with 1 spirit or 4 spirits, and this is also true for multiplayer, that you can play with 1 or 2 friends, or I'm not sure if the multiplayer allows you to play 2 ghost spirits, and the other one also 2. I have no idea because I never played multiplayer here, because I don't have friends on the internet that play that game. But in real life I have a lot of people that do like this game. They prefer to play that in real life. I do that too, but sometimes I still love to play that on the PC. I also have this mobile version of this game. Works pretty well, to be honest. Yes, I paid again for this game, so I paid for the board game, I paid for the digital version, and I paid for the mobile version. I don't know what screams more that I like a game like that fact. But we try with 2 spirits, and we can have the decision if we want just low complexity ghosts, high complexity, and moderate and any. Most of the time I say any because I have no idea what spirits I want to play sometimes, so I just chose to pick what I see and like at this point. I mean, that's a fair point. So we can also play with an adversary, because we are playing spirits on an island, Spirit Island. Wow. I mean, the title itself explains everything. I don't have to tell you something else here. And we play against invasors. Invasors? Is that the right term? I'm not sure. I know it's Invasoren in German. I guess invasors, I don't know. Invaders. Close enough. A person that can read is always a bit ahead. We start with no adversary because there are some special rules to this game if you choose one, and I think that's too much because Spirit Island is a complex game, and I don't want to be too complicated right now, because this game is a little bit complicated, so I have to explain some things here and play at the same time, so it's not too boring to look at. And so we will choose one of the ghosts that already there, and one, I guess this one should be fine. So we play with 2 ghosts, and you can see we have a lot to choose from. To be fair, there are also I guess 5 spirits. Some, I'm very sorry if I say sometimes ghosts, because ghosts is most of the time a term you use more often than spirits. So I'm sorry for that. I guess 5 of them are from a DLC, and there are 3 others that are from a DLC. Maybe sometimes if the DLC is not as expensive as it is right now, I will pick it up, but I do not like the spirits that are in it. They are not bad, but they are most likely of the ones that are already here that are my least favorite ones. And yeah, you can switch a little bit around here to make an island that fits your likelihood. I have no idea. Pick just something you like. I guess that's the easiest one to say. And all the spirits are different, very different in fact. They are played on the core level of this game, but they do all different stuff. So if you played one spirit, it's not so complex that you cannot play a different spirit, but all the time you have to little bit relearn the game, I would say. So let's start. We have a lot of difficult options. We start with the normal difficulty, which is 0, and you can go up to, I don't know, 20 or so. The best one I had was 11 or 12. So there's room to improve, and you can make this game incredible hard. So we start, and I will explain a little bit this game. At least I try. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it didn't even matter. So we have a board with 8 tiles, not tails. That's completely something else. In this case, we have actually 9, but that's not that important for now. So we start with the map. We have these 8 tiles, and 2 of each type of for each spirit. So 2 of jungle, 2 deserts, 2 mountains, and 2 swamps. And yeah, there we have Plight. I guess it's Plight in English. The board game is in German, and I have no idea why I play this in English, to be honest. I always play it in English, but I played this game so often that I have no idea when I'm actually playing it on English, because I do not recognize it anymore. But yeah, that's totally fine. And yeah, the 8 tiles. The 8 tiles are very, very important because of the simple fact that the actions are happening here. And we talked about the Plight right here. The Plight is the only real threat here, because it's just important to note how many Plight you have on this island. Here, down there on the left, we have an healthy island, but every time we get a new Plight, this health starts dwindling, and therefore we will end up having sort of a crisis, because if there's 0, we do not immediately lose. We get a new side of that, and that's a blighted island. And then the real shit is going on, because we are on a downward spiral, most likely to lose. But sometimes it's not that difficult if you're an experienced player. The great thing of this game is it's every time a little bit challenging. You can make the game harder if you want, but you do not necessarily have to. So then we have some other tokens. I will not explain what what every token does, because there will be more of them. Just to explain it a little bit, that yellow one will prevent an building action. I will explain that soon. And that beast token makes some different things that I will maybe explain, maybe not. And the game is actually, from the basics, not that complex. The core is simple to learn, but the game itself, if you're playing it, it's a little bit complicated. So we have these 8 tiles, and there are things happening there. Most of the time, just 3 things. Favorit, the invaders attack the tile that is visible here. So in the first round we do not have attack. They will build in the mountains. So they will build here, here, here and here. So that's actually a bad start to show because I have not many chances to interrupt what they are doing, but it's just an example. It's just an example. We will play soon. And explore. They will explore at a different type each time. They explored in the mountains at the beginning of the game, and we cannot see where they will explore next. And the invaders will grow in power over time, but we will too. So the spirits. The spirits have 4 cards to choose from. I will not explain what every card does, because otherwise this would take hours. And we can grow in power, which we will do at this point. Well, what do I want to do? I cannot prevent a lot happening here. So I will put a presence here and here. But what is actually presence? Presence is the terrain, not terrain, it's the area where I have power. Therefore we're looking at a card, because a card can tell you what it can do. I mean, that's basically every card, I guess. So if a card is red with this bird symbol, it's a fast ability. If it's blue, it's a slow ability. And we have a range here in the middle. 1, 0, sometimes 2, or other restrictions, and sometimes there is target land or target spirit or whatever, and this watery guy just acts most of the time in coastal regions, so this area here will be a problem. But we try to solve a little bit of problems here, and we will play a card. after we grow in power, we can do that. We can, let's show this. We have a lot of abilities, a lot. So this is our growth options. You maybe can pause to read a bit of that. And this is our presence. Each time we place a presence, we grow stronger, and we can choose what cards we want to play. And yeah, that's basically it, I would say. Which cards we want to play, yes. And no, not which card. Sorry, I guess I slipped here. This says how powerful we are getting, how many cards we can play, and sometimes we get elements to use for our abilities. And there are some special abilities because this spirit can actually drown enemies. And yeah, I changed my mind, to be honest. I don't want to play this card. I want to play this one. And we need to grow with every spirit. That's very, very important. And where I want to go. Now I have to think and plan, sometimes 1 or 2 turns ahead. That's important. We will play this and this because I know that I need energy. And I also played this one, and you can already tell that I will not stop the invaders from what they're doing. So the turn starts always with the spirits growing in power, then the fast abilities. I did not use a fast ability, and that's actually pretty bad that they are in this region, but we will see. So what to do? You can see that I can drown a city, not a city, a village, but just in a range of 0. What I mean, I cannot do this right now. But yeah, I guess to explain everything will be too much. I plan a little bit ahead here. I mean, I should explain a little bit more, but at this point, most of the time I was just explaining, which is not necessarily good, but what I want to do. Every time you need to think about your next move. And right now I have problems. Because now you see the shift down here. They will ravage in the mountains, so they will ravage in 4 lands that I have to protect. But how I want to do this, it's actually a little bit difficult. The blue ghost here, the ocean's hungry grasp, is very bad inland and very good on the coastal lands. So I have the plan to go up here, and I need to protect here and need to take care of this land and take care of this land. So just to explain a little bit what I will do, this spirit has the power to defend. So defend means that I can absorb damage from these invaders. The one little guy here does 1 damage, the village does 2 damage, and the city does 3 damage. So a land can take just 1 damage, and that's fine. Everything more than 1 damage will create a plight. And if plight is already in this land, we get another plight in a different land that's close to the borders of the land that created that plight. And the invaders just deal damage to the land and the Dahan. The Dahan are these little, I don't know how to describe that. These little wooden tile thingies. I don't know. A bad example, I guess. And we need to protect the Dahan because we can use them to defeat the invaders, and that's a lot of the times what I will do, because that's the goal of the game. I have no idea how to explain it. What is the plan here? They will build in the jungle, so they will build here, 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 and here. This yellow thing will prevent that they will build here. So I have to protect 4 lands. Sometimes, especially in the early turns, you cannot defend every place. Sometimes if the cards are right, your spirits are perfect, and the situation is good, you can protect everything and nothing will happen that is bad for you. But in this case, I already knew in the first turn that there will be 1 land I cannot protect, and that's that one. So what I will do to do a little bit prevention is to deal 1 damage here. So they cannot build here, because if they are not present, they cannot build. And the invaders can take as much damage as they can deal. So 1 for that little guy, 1 for the village, and 3 for the city. The Dahan 2, but they will just attack if they survive the attack of the invaders. So if we do not defend the Dahan and they die, there's no one we can rely on to defend ourselves or to do a backswing, so to speak. So we have to defend here and actually here, but there's no way right now. So we have here defend 2 that we can use here, and we have defend 4 that we can use here, and deal 1 damage here. So these tiles are pretty much secured. So this one is a lost cause, and the other spirit has also the possibility to interact with that tile, because he can also defend with this little card. And we will use that ability again. Do I need to play 2 cards? Most likely not. We will 2 cards. The elements are very useful to do a lot of stuff that is important to our abilities. So it's most of the time better to use that. So we will defend, and we still can play one card. So we are finished right here. So we will defend here, and the spirit says every time he defends, he can gather a die hand. So these guys will attack for 3. The land will take 1 damage, and one of the die hand will take 1 damage, but still survives, and they will attack back for 4. So this place is safe. So 1 damage here, and defend here. But there's no Dahan in an bordered land, so bordered land is wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. So why here and not here? The simple answer is that little fellow cannot really interact with these tiles. So we are here in our tile to mostly protect our stuff, and we can do this in our space a little bit better than the other spirit, and he will defend our coastal areas, which we will do here, and we need to defend the inland. So you can see we get a new plight, but it's actually not that bad. It can become bad, but our spirits getting stronger, so it's not very important. So there's still no land where I can use that on. That's sometimes not that great, but yeah, I guess you can get a feeling of what this game is all about. Now they will ravage where the jungle area is, but again we have just to protect 3 lands, and that will go to a place where we have more and more control, but we cannot just rely on that, because the invaders getting stronger as well over time. You can see there is not a 1 there's now a 2. So the cards that we explore in later turns are more difficult to deal with. In a normal game, 2 does not do a lot more, because they are often for adversary games. So if you want to play a more relaxed game, play without an adversary just to get a feeling for this game. And yeah, we have to plan a little bit ahead. And at this point we need to take our cards back, and every time we do this we can learn a power. If we pick that cross, we will learn a power. Defend is the perfect option for that spirit, so we will do that, and they will average right here. So we have 2 cards in hand, and but we have no option to defend here. So we want to place presence because we grow in power. So, but sometimes we need to make a sacrifice, and in this case we need to get our cards back, and this watery guy acts like oh, what is this called in English? But I guess you will see what it does, because it's bad if you don't know the English words for that. It's Ebbe and Flut in German. So the water goes back to the ocean and goes back to the land. I guess you know what I mean. So we need to learn also a new power. And I guess this one is a good one. Fast abilities are more useful in most cases, because we can use them before the invaders take their actions. So we still can just play one card, and that card will be defend 4. And then we have just 2 areas left to protect. This one and this one. So we can use this because we are located here, and some other point. I guess this is a great plan. So we will show what happens. Beast command is also active. I guess we will show the beast command. If you don't play with special what's the word for them? That's bad if you don't plan these kinds of videos. Maybe in the next time I should plan what I'm doing. I guess occurrence is not necessarily true, but they're most likely occurrence cards, and if you don't use them, they will replaced of beast command. We will use them to deal 1 damage here, and push that one right there. So defend here. We will place some dude here and say defend here, and take that one and defend 4. Sometimes if we produce enough fear, some cards and actions produce fear, we get fear cards. I mean, you saw them, and sometimes they are very helpful, and sometimes they basically do nothing at all. So in this case they did not really do much. So here in this land we have just 1 Dahan. We will just we don't make enough damage to actually kill the city. That's pretty sad, but we can destroy this little fella. And you see, we are exploring again the jungle. The jungle. Or did we? Yes, we did. So and this will take on until the point we are so strong that we overpower these invaders. Most of the time there is a different win condition. If we produce enough fear, we need to just destroy the cities, or just destroy the cities and the villages. I am not sure if one time I was able to defeat the invaders on terror level 1, but yeah, that little game is Spirit Island. I know to do that in English is a little bit difficult, especially if you didn't plan to do that. But yeah, that is Spirit Island. I hope you like this little video, and yeah, we will see each other on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. And Monday there will be Commander Keen stuff again. See you soon. Goodbye.